Hi guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about a project that I've got going on for myself in 2020. It's kind of a 2020 TBR, but then I also have a second part that's unrelated to this part. Doesn't matter in this video. I did get this idea from Books with Emily Fox, and I will link her channel down below. I don't think I'm doing it exactly the same way she does it, but she was the inspiration, so I just want to give her credit. And that is, I'm going through and I'm reading the winners and like the next runner-up, ideally, of the 2019 Goodreads Choice Awards, mostly because I'm curious to see if I think they're actually good, because most of them I have not read. However, with that being said, when it comes to the, like, if the winner is something that I have read, or for example, I think debut novel, like, they can kind of cross over as far as winners go, I'm just going to, like, the next one down the line, with the next most votes, if you will. So, I think that pretty much sums it up. This is a year-long thing, so I want to kind of do my, well, it's an almost year-long thing. I'm going to give myself about 10 months, because I want to kind of give my thoughts, around the time the 2020 awards start being a thing. Does that make sense? I'm not making any sense. Anyway, let's go ahead and just talk about what I'm planning to read. Okay, so I have not, like, collected all of these books yet, and I am definitely going to end up reading some of them on Audible, possibly some of them on my Kindle. So for the ones that I don't physically have, which is most of them at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and just insert a picture of the cover. So I'll insert a picture of the cover if it's one that I don't have yet, or am planning to listen to it on audio or whatever. So the first one is Best in Fiction, and that's The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. This was the winner, so I'm going to go ahead and read that. However, with that being said, it is also the second book in a series. So I have to go and read the first one first, because I haven't yet, which is, of course, The Handmaid's Tale. I know. I should have read that years ago. I can't believe I have not. But that one I do actually already have on my Kindle. So I'm going to read that, and then I will either acquire the book or the audiobook or something and read The Testaments. And then the second book in this, and now granted I am filming this a little bit later in the year than I was planning, so bear with me. But the second book in that series, in the Best of Fiction, the runner-up was Normal People by Sally Rooney. And I did already read this one. I did it on audio, but I'm going to go ahead and save my thoughts on it until that final wrap-up. Yeah, I'm going to save my thoughts on it until that final wrap-up closer to the end of the year. But that one I've already listened to on audio. Okay, next is the mystery thriller section, and these are both going to be... Yeah, these are both audiobooks for me. One because I already own it on Audible, and the other one because I already listened to it. So the first one is The Silent Patient by Alix Michealides. I'm not sure. And that one actually I've heard really good things about from some other booktubers. Anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and read that one. Again, that one I already own on Audible, so I'm going to go ahead and do it via the audiobook. The next one is My Sister the Serial Killer by, and excuse me please, because I know I'm going to butcher this, Oyinkan Braithwaite? I'm not sure. But that one I listened to an audio from my library. I've already finished it. If you guys really want a sneak peek into my thoughts on the ones that I've already finished, you can definitely go follow my reviews on Goodreads. The link is down in my description. But that one was audio as well. And I'm not going to do, like, every single section. I think I picked 10. I picked 10, like, genres that got voted on, and picked 2 books from them. So it's a 20 book. So it's kind of like 20 and 20. Funny. Not really. Okay, so historical fiction is the next one, and this is one of the categories in which I've actually read the winning book already. And the winning book was Daisy Jones and the Six. I read that last year. And it was fantastic, and I loved it, and it absolutely deserves to be the winning book, I think. I say I think because I haven't read, I don't think, any of the other ones on this list, but it was a 5-star read for sure. So I went ahead and bumped down to the second and third place winners. And so the second place winner is The Nickel Boys by Colson, Whitehead. And again, I don't know really anything about that novel except for that people really, really loved it. I haven't gotten it in any way, shape, or form yet. I don't have it on audio or physically or ebook. I don't have it at all yet, but it's on my list to read. And the same thing for the next one, which is The Huntress by Quinn. It was the third place winner in Best Historical Fiction, and again, I don't have that one way or another. I don't have it physically or electronically or anything, so hopefully at some point this year I'll pick it up and I'll read it. Anyways, moving on. Next is Best in Fantasy, and the winner of this category just so happens to be a book that has been sitting on my TBR shelf for a little bit, and that's The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'm really excited to pick this one up. I love Leigh Bardugo, and I'm really excited to see her transform her writing into the adult fantasy genre, so I'm pretty excited about this one, and I have it physically, so there's that. And then the next one, the runner-up for Best Fantasy, is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and I have heard so many good things about this, especially the writing and how beautiful it is, so I'm really excited about that one. I don't have it in any form as of yet, but I think that's because that one I think I really want the physical copy of, so I've just been kind of waiting. Okay, sorry about that. My battery died. But, so the next category was Best Romance, and the winner of Best Romance is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, and this is another one that I happened to already own, and it's been sitting on my TBR. I've heard so many great things about this. I will say, however, romance is not necessarily, like, my thing. With that being said, like, it's very rare for me to, like, really enjoy, like, contemporary fiction, too. I mean, I shouldn't say it that way. It's rare to get a 5-star contemporary fiction rating out of me. It's probably the best way to put it. Anyway, not the point. The point is that I'm going to try and go into this open-mindedly because I don't read a lot of romance. Like, at all. Not to say that I don't like romance aspects, like, in the books that I read, but when it's all about romance, I don't know. It's not usually my thing. So, I'm gonna go ahead and read it anyway. I've heard so many great things that I already owned it. So, it was already on my list as a romance to try. So, we're gonna try it. Okay. Next, the runner-up for Best Romance was Verity by Colleen Hoover. And this one I'm actually a little more excited than Red, White, and Royal Blue to try because I believe it's got some, like, thriller aspects to it, even though it's a romance. I honestly don't know. We're going to find out. And I don't own that one yet either, so I'm going to have to acquire it at some point. Okay, next up is Best of Science Fiction. Science fiction is kind of hit or miss for me, so I will say that. I don't always get grasped by space science fiction, I should say. So with that being said, like, sometimes science fiction can be kind of rough for me, but then it kind of also depends on your definition of science fiction. Like, I know a lot of dystopian novels kind of fall into the sci-fi realm, and usually I love those. Like, I started reading Arc of the Scythe recently, and I really enjoyed that. I'm only through book 1 though, so don't spoil anything for me. I'm really behind. Anyway, not the point. So the next book for Best in Science Fiction is Recursion by Blake Crouch, and I already own this on Audible, so I'm going to listen to it on Audible. And then the next book, the runner-up for that one is Dark Age by Pierce Brown, and that one I'm really excited to get to. I have already started reading the Red Rising saga. I'm only through book 2. And this is the 5th book. I know Red Rising Saga is like a trilogy, and then book 4 and 5 kind of go off, but they're about characters. Like, it all ties together. I don't know, whatever. But the point is that I'm through book 2 of the Red Rising Saga, and I'm gonna go ahead and just continue that until I get to Dark Age. So this will probably be a little bit later on in the year. But that's mostly because I want to read Morningstar. Is it Morningstar? I just drew a complete blank. I think it's Morningstar. And Iron Gold before I read Dark Age, but I loved Golden Sun so much that I have really high hopes for this one. I'm really excited to get to it. All right, the next category is horror, and these, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna save for October because how can you not? And I don't have either of them yet, but the winner of Best in Horror was The Institute by Stephen King. This one had already grabbed my attention. I just haven't picked it up yet. It grabbed my attention when it launched. I have a love-hate relationship with Stephen King. Like, I either love his books or I hate them. There's no in between. So I'm hoping that this one will go more towards the love side of things, but we shall see. And then the second place winner was Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky, and I honestly don't know anything about it, and I would like to keep it that way, because horror novels always have that, like, thriller kind of aspect to them, sort of, if that makes sense, in my experience, so I prefer to know as little as possible going into them as I can. Alright, and then there were a few sections in between that I was just like, yeah, I'm not reading those. And then I skipped down to debut novels, and this is where I had some overlapping. So the winner for this was Red, White, and Royal Blue. Obviously, I'm already using that for a different section. The second place winner was The Silent Patient, also already reading that for a different section. And then the third place winner was My Sister the Serial Killer, which I am already reading for another section. So we are on to the fourth place winner, which is 10,000 Doors of January. And not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous about this one because I had heard really mixed things. Like, this is one of those things where you either think it's amazing or you think it's boring. So we shall see. I am still formulating my thoughts. I literally just finished this today. But again, we'll save my thoughts for another time. So clearly I read this in physical form. First off, is this not like the most beautiful cover you've ever seen? Like, it's gorgeous. So I went ahead and have this one. I also read it because it was part of my book club for February, so that was another reason why this one I read already. So yeah. And then the next one in that section was The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. And I don't have that one yet, but is it coming in an order already? It might be on its way to me. I can't remember. But anyway, it got great reviews as well, so I'm hoping that I will love it. Next section was Best Young Adult Fiction, and the winner for that was 5 Feet Apart by Rachael Lippincott. And I don't know if they already made this into a movie. There's a sticker on it that says it's soon to be a major motion picture coming to theaters everywhere 2019, but I don't really pay attention to movies, so. But anyway, this one honestly gives me major, what book was that? The John Green book. The Fault in Our Stars. Vibes, so we'll see. It's not super long, so I think I will probably breeze through it, and hopefully I like it. I don't know, the cover's really pretty though. I like that. And then the next one, which I already know, I don't have it yet, but I already know I'm going to listen to it on audio, is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I did read, her first one, The Hate You Give. Wow. Okay. So I did read The Hate You Give last year, and it was good. I don't think I loved it as much as everybody else did, but it was good. It was just kind of, middle of the road for me, no big deal. So I am hoping that On the Come Up is going to be better than that one. I've also heard that there's lots of like rap and stuff in it, which is why I want to listen to the audio to get the like full experience. So that's how I'm going to do that one. And then last but not least, at least of the sections that I went with, was young adult fantasy and sci-fi, and the winner of this was The Wicked King, which I do not have yet, but I am going to buy the physical book of it. This is the second book in a series. I own Cruel Prince, have not read it yet. Don't hate me. Don't come for me. I know, I haven't read it yet. Anyway, so I am going to go ahead and get the physical copy of that one. And I'll have to read it after I read The Cruel Prince. God help me. And then the runner-up was Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell, which is also the second book in a series. So I gotta read the first one of that too. And I don't know how I'm gonna read those yet. Maybe I'll read those via audio. Maybe I'll read them via ebook. I'm not sure. But anyway, that is the 20 books that I'm going to read in 2020, just to get a feel for if I think that these Goodreads Choice Awards have merit. So there we are. If you enjoyed this content, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. If you liked my 2020 TBR list, hit the like button. And if you want to be notified of my future uploads, hit the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!